Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Smackdown. We are live for a monumental episode of Friday Night Smackdown. Tonight we continue with the King of the Ring tournament. We have ourselves a good old-fashioned semi-final matchup to kick us off, as it is the ever-dangerous Dominic Mysterio with the rest of the Men's Judgment Day members, JD McDonough and Finn Balor, accompanying Dominic Mysterio here ringside. Dominic Mysterio goes one-on-one with the GOAT, the greatest of all time, John Cena. Now, obviously at WrestleMania, we saw Finn Balor and John Cena go at it. Finn Balor became the new WWE champion in that matchup at WrestleMania. Now, Finn Balor, he gets to watch Dominic Mysterio try to take down Dominic Mysterio. Dominic tried to take down John Cena. This is going to be a tough test for Dominic, for this young man. But hey, if he can knock off John Cena here tonight, certainly the stock of Dominic Mysterio will rise. And that's what Dominic Mysterio wants to have. Certainly in 2025, Dominic Mysterio had plenty full of matches throughout the year, but certainly nothing to where he was holding championship gold, really. So now he's watching other members of the Judgment Day walking out with championships and having big wins. Well, hey, now Dominic Mysterio needs to do what he is able to do. And now it's going to be him and John Cena here tonight, live on Friday Night Smackdown. Who is going to the finals live next week here on Smackdown? Yes, here comes John Cena, who technically is still on his farewell tour, despite obviously retiring at WrestleMania. We all know what's going on with him and The Rock. Rock tried to cost him the matchup recently against Oba Femi on Friday Night Smackdown a couple weeks ago, and The Rock could not stop John Cena from beating Oba Femi. Now we'll see if John Cena can continue in this tournament. Be a massive opportunity for John Cena, and certainly, obviously, he had no intentions of being in this King of the Ring tournament. Nick Aldis put him in this tournament, and luckily for him, Rock didn't pull him out of it. He could have easily done that, but he wanted John Cena to be tested, and Rock thought he had John Cena in gotcha mode in the terms of, hey, you're taking on Oba Femi, this big monster, and Cena did quite well against him. So we'll see how he fares off against Dominic Mysterio here, though. As here we go, Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena. Who is going to the SmackDown Finals? Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Obviously, the numbers game for the Judgment Day could come into fruition, and tonight could be all about the Judgment Day, because tonight, obviously, Dominic Mysterio is looking to advance in the King of the Ring to the finals part of it, and then same for both Raquel and Liv Morgan. Both of these women have big Queen of the Ring semifinal matches, and if both of those women win their matches, it will be a all Judgment Day finals next week here on Friday Night Smackdown. It will be Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez. Into the pinfall here, and look at the bridge out of it from John Cena, and now he's going to roll through, going to go for the pinfall here, but no, not even a 1 count. Cena Mysterio going back and forth here. And obviously, Cena wants to send a message not only to the Judgment Day, but also to the final boss. And now Cena with a sidewalk slam takes it there to Dominic Mysterio. And now Finn Balor looking to get involved. Certainly, Balor didn't get his wishes of certainly in those big matches, losing his WWE Championship to Damian Priest, as well as losing to CM Punk at Saturday Night's main event. So Balor, eventually he's going to have to try to get back on track, and obviously he wants to get back into title contention. Now Mysterio working on that left shoulder, that left forearm area there of John Cena. As a springboard DDT spikes Cena in the middle of the ring, and Mysterio now has the control he needs right now. Certainly, Cena's got to be able to fight back right now. This is all Dominic Mysterio at this moment. And you can't put it past Mysterio. Obviously, he knows a lot from his dad, and he's learned even more from the Judgment Day. As here comes Cena off the ropes. This is vintage John Cena with those shoulder tackles. And now Mysterio misses wildly into that spinning power slam, into the pinfall, trying to knock off Mysterio as soon as possible. Ooh, very close. 2.5. And John Cena realizes, hey, yeah, that almost put him down. Gonna have to do a little bit more, but should be able to. Going for a scoop slam, I believe. And Mysterio with a hard-hitting maneuver to the back of the neck, and then connects with a nice springboard missile drop kick that turns Cena inside out. And certainly, if, let's say, Dominic Mysterio, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Big Mission UQ driver, is this gonna be it? No, just a 1 count. But I think for, the Judgment Day, if they're able to have 2 winners coming out of the Judgment Day for the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, that would be absolutely massive for that group to go into SummerSlam. And now Mysterio with the frog splash. Vintage Dominic Mysterio. Is that enough to advance and knock off John Cena? No, just a 2 count. The matchup will continue. And now Mysterio, he's got to figure out what else he can do besides that frog splash to keep John Cena down. And now Mysterio with that nice moonsault, that springboard moonsault, trying to do everything in his power to keep Big Match John down. Obviously, at times, John Cena struggled. Obviously, at WrestleMania, he struggled, and then obviously losing at Backlash to Sheamus for that Intercontinental Championship being on the line. But Cena, seems like with him being part of this King of the Ring, he did get a win back, but we'll see if he's able to do any more. As now, here comes Dominic Mysterio. We saw a lot of this in the Liv Morgan matchup last week, where she would only hit this maneuver, and luckily for her, it got her to where she needed to be. As now, Dominic Mysterio going for that moonsault. The knees from Cena are up, and now John Cena with a nice flying crossbody. And if you're Cena now, what do you do here? I mean, we haven't seen an attitude adjustment. We've seen that vintage John Cena with those shoulder tackles, but he didn't turn it into any 5-knuckle shuffles or anything. So Cena really has got to figure out what he can do at this opportune time. Is now Cena with a back suplex on the middle of that apron. Oh my goodness, that is not going to be feeling too good whatsoever for Mysterio. And as JD McDonough and Finn Balor watching on here, realizing Mysterio might be in trouble. And oh, look at that. McDonough, perfectly timed interference. And it was met with a super kick. And it gives Mysterio the momentum back in his favor. There's so many stories that can come out of this event, ladies and gentlemen. So much going on here as Mysterio tosses Cena right into the steel steps. Oh, nice elbow strike there from Cena, trying to fight back, because right now he's in the Judgment Day's kind of corner over here as Mysterio with an Irish whip that tosses him over by McDonough. Mysterio has all the momentum right now, though. Mysterio feels like he's on top. And right now, one of these superstars will go on to face the winner of Joe Hendry and Aleister Black in the finals of next week's matchup. And certainly if you get Aleister Black, I mean, that one is one tough SOB with those strikes that he has, as Mysterio just choking the life out of John Cena here at ringside. Mysterio would love to knock off John Cena. Who wouldn't mind knocking off John Cena? One of the best to ever do it is Balor briefly getting in the face of John Cena. Maybe, I mean, it'd be nice to see Finn Balor and John Cena go at it one more time to really see, was that a fluke win, or was, John Cena down and out that day? Now Mysterio trying to toss him into the steel steps, and Cena ends up tripping over that bottom step. Kind of got what he wanted. Going for a scoop slam. Cena now with a reversal into a nice simple back suplex. Coming up tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a massive main event for you. as it will be Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre one-on-one in a no-holds-barred matchup. The rivalry continues to be intense, and we are going to see it go down live tonight here on Friday Night SmackDown. It's a big Hurricane Rana there from Cena. And now, wait a minute, Finn Balor getting involved here, but realizes he cannot pay attention to that. Pinfall opportunity. And no, just a 1 count. Plus, we also have the rest of the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring following matches tonight. So, really looking forward to seeing how that goes. It's an attitude adjustment out of nowhere. Is this it? 2. No, Mysterio kicks out. Mysterio kicks out. And now Cena gonna go high risk with a frog splash there. Not the same as what Dominic Mysterio does, but it simply is very effective. And now Cena, this time around, drops a big elbow across the chest. And now Cena, here we go. This is simply John Cena. This is going to be vintage John Cena. 5. Knuckle shuffle to Mysterio. Mysterio is busted wide open. But now McDonough getting involved. Same with Finn Balor. If you're John Cena, you gotta stay away. You cannot look at JD McDonough, but Mysterio is not, not really moving. And as soon as I said that, Mysterio was getting up to his feet, but Cena may try to put away Mysterio here. As both men going back and forth. Who wants it more in this situation? As Mysterio connects with a nice DDT, but both men are down and out. Who is going to the finals? Who wants it more? Is it Mysterio? Is it John Cena? And now an Irish whip into the turnbuckle here. Mysterio gonna go for a scoop slam there in the close to the middle of the ring. And look at Cena. He realized that he was kind of in the landing zone for Dominic Mysterio, so he's figured, hey, I'm going to get on the apron and try and get myself out of this situation. As Cena just gets tossed to the outside, JD McDonough get involved here. Balor he did accidentally hit McDonough, obviously not on purpose, as all of this stuff continues to go down here. And obviously, the Judgment Day have to be careful. Obviously, they don't want to end up screwing up Mysterio, and obviously with a disqualification it would go to John Cena walking out victorious, and that would give him the automatic bid to be heading to next week's finals representing SmackDown. And certainly on the Monday Night Raw side, it's absolutely stacked over there. We know what Monday Night Raw looks like. Ooh, Cena's been busted open, the double stomp to the nose area. Can't really see until we look at John Cena, but yeah, it's right over actually the right eye. So whatever on that double stomp was able to get busted wide open. Dominic feeling pretty good about himself, but like we said, Ethan Page, Gunther, your main event for the Raw side of things, representing the King of the Ring. We're going to see who exactly walks out the winner of that match on Friday night, or on Monday Night Raw, pardon me. But here on Friday Night SmackDown, look at the suplex to the outside. Absolutely vicious, and this might be a key change in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, as look at these unprotected punches to the face of Dominic Mysterio. Both men have been busted wide open. They have gone through hell and high water, but now we got to really figure out who wants it more in the later stages of this match. Is Cena able to get himself out of that situation and connect with a brutal back suplex? And that boot, those boots from Dominic, you really seen it on that, I believe it's the right eye socket there of John Cena, is now looking for a Mexican destroyer to the outside, folding Cena in half, and Dominic Mysterio might be walking out with one of the biggest wins in his whole entire career. All he has to do is pin John Cena here. And now he flips Cena over for the pinfall. Is that enough? 2. No, Cena kicks out at the very last second. I thought that Mexican destroyer was going to be everything to put this match away, but Cena is still scratching and clawing at this point in the matchup. What else can Cena do to keep down the wily, ever dangerous Dominic Mysterio? And now Cena going high risk in the later stages of this matchup. Cena doesn't really need to do that as he connects with a nice elbow across the chest. And Mysterio realizes he's in trouble. McDonough once again getting involved here. And Cena's like, get yourself out of my ring right now. Get yourself out of this matchup. And Mysterio hits him with a nice running drop kick. And now Cena's in the landing zone. Mysterio with a frog splash. Is that enough? Due to the help of JD McDonough. 2. No, Cena kicks out again. Holy mackerel, Cena stays in it. And for Mysterio, what else do you got to do to keep Cena down? Mysterio not taking too much time to ponder. He's hoping whatever he has in store will work. That's a nice springboard missile drop kick. That could be the knockout that he needs. But Cena able to reverse himself out of that situation. Both men bring in their A game in the later stages of this matchup. Nice simple Hurricane Rana. And now Finn Balor getting involved, unfortunately. Finn Balor doesn't give a damn, obviously. WrestleMania match that they had wasn't too bad. And now Mysterio. Uh-oh. Time for a good old-fashioned 619. And bam, it connects. 619. It connects with the area code into the senton. And certainly that has to be all she wrote tonight for John. 2. No, Cena kicks out again. I don't know what Dominic has to do, ladies and gentlemen. He has had all sorts of different maneuvers tonight, and it has not been enough to keep Cena down. And now Cena watches Mysterio get up to his feet, and now Cena throws him off that top turnbuckle. Now Cena landing or moving up Dominic Mysterio just to try to figure out what he wants to do. Oh, good old-fashioned code red there from Cena. We don't see that too many times, but pulling it out of his repertoire. McDonough trying to once again get involved, but Cena's like, nope, not paying attention to it this time. And now Cena with an Irish whip. Back and forth. We're now with a pump-up catching attitude adjustment. Down goes Mysterio. Is that the killer blow Cena needed? 2, 3 it is. Somehow, some way, Cena ate so much damage in this match from Dominic Mysterio, and still, John Cena. This is big match John Cena for you, ladies and gentlemen, and he is going to the finals of next week's SmackDown King of the Ring tournament. This right here, I thought this was the killer blow. Bam! Mexican Destroyer at ringside. Let's look how close this is. 1, 2. Nope, that's a little just over a 2 count there. And right here, the final stages of the match with a pump-up catching attitude adjustment. Cena there really had to dig down deep to power him over his shoulders. And just like that, Cena gets himself a big win and very well could be representing SmackDown. Possibly if he defeats the winner of Aleister Black and Joe Hendry later on in the night. Big win for John Cena. He definitely earned it. The bruises, the clawing, everything. John Cena gets the job done here live tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. What a match. You couldn't ask for a better matchup. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to move on, as we now are going to be moving on to the women's side of things. One of the semi-final matches for us tonight, as it's going to be Julia taking on Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez knocking off Charlotte Flair in a one-on-one contest. We'll see how this is going to fare. Julia has been teaming up with Kiana James, her representative, and especially having both these women here on Friday Night SmackDown. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going. And obviously, we mentioned, Julia dominating NXT there for most of her tenure down there. And then now Kiana James watching Julia possibly dominate the SmackDown Women's Division. Possibly, it's really going to depend here. And Julia having to take on Raquel, that is not going to be easy. Julia knocked off Jordynne Grace a couple weeks ago here on Friday Night SmackDown to get to this point in her career. But now you have two hungry women, Julia and Raquel Rodriguez. Something has to give in this matchup. You have a powerhouse like Raquel Rodriguez, and then you have a woman, I guess you could call it a tech savvy, a woman that's very brutal with her strikes. You know, somebody that you don't want to necessarily want to get in a striking battle. She's a big striker. She relies on strikes at times, and we're gonna see it here tonight against Raquel Rodriguez. She's gonna have to slow down Raquel as much as possible, because Raquel is gonna use those power bombs, especially her finisher, that tequila power bomb is what we like to call it here. But certainly she's looking to have a big moment tonight. There is Liv Morgan. She'll be in action later on tonight. She'll be taking on AJ Lee. Really looking forward to that matchup, ladies and gentlemen. That matchup will be the third installment between those two women. Liv Morgan is up 2-0 between her and AJ Lee. But hey, you know, just because you're quote-unquote beating an opponent a couple of times, it doesn't mean that something won't change. And we'll see all that pan out later on in the night. But Raquel Rodriguez could have a big 2026, and I'm curious to see if we get an all Judgment Day women's representative SmackDown match next week, how that's all going to fare between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. But now we get ready for Julia and Raquel Rodriguez. Hard-hitting matchup coming your way. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. The numbers game is not there. It's even. Kiana representing Julia, and then you got Liv Morgan at ringside. Big moment for both women, looking to change their career for the better. As Raquel, oh goodness, what a just diabolical clothesline, turning Julia inside out. And now gonna look for a power slam of sorts. Julia able to slip out of it, and now Julia from behind, and a big power back suplex. Julia's going to have to be able to pull those type of maneuvers out of her moveset that she has, because if not, you know, it's going to be a long night, I would say. It's a big stomp right there to the midsection. Big knee misses. And now here comes Raquel with a big clothesline. And now going to go for the pinfall. Raquel looking to advance here, but Julia, you're going to do a lot more to Julia to keep her down. And honestly, obviously, we've seen the rivalry briefly there in NXT between Stephanie and Julia. But could you imagine if we get that at obviously Night of Champions, where we eventually get to see, you know, Julia versus Stephanie Valkyrie. Julia representing SmackDown. Stephanie Valkyrie representing Monday Night Raw. That could happen. Because Stephanie Valkyrie, she is representing Monday Night Raw. And, well, obviously Stephanie Valkyrie versus Chelsea Green. The winner of that matchup will be going to the finals for sure at Night of Champions. There's a big stomp right there to the quad and to that knee as well. That's not going to be feeling too good. As now Raquel Rodriguez from the second rope looking to bring the fight here to Julia. Big flying shoulder tackle connects. Almost overshot it there, but luckily for her, she was able to connect. But just a 1 count. And in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, it's one of these matches where you really got to figure out what is going to work the best for you. Because obviously when you face off with other opponents, it's like, okay, hey, you know, this move is going to work more compared to the other one. As Liv Morgan tossing in a kendo stick. Obviously both women, if they decide to use it, will end in a disqualification. So obviously women got to be very careful in this match. As now Raquel not playing around anymore. She's gonna flip her into a powerful maneuver there, but now Kiana James getting involved. And now, oh wait a minute, Alexa Bliss, Miss Money in the Bank, she's here. At least her music is playing. Raquel Rodriguez cannot believe it. Is Raquel, are we gonna see Alexa Bliss here? No, Alexa Bliss walking down at ringside there, kind of toying with her, but luckily Raquel didn't have to deal with any interference, quote unquote. But there is a brief distraction. Is now Raquel now trying to get out of her distracted state and get back to Julia here. It's a big elbow to the back of the neck, into the pinfall. Will this be enough? No, just a 1 count. And certainly you've been seeing this for the last couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of distractions and anything to get under your opponent's skin, especially if some of these people are rivals, or maybe they're not even rivals. They're just trying to maybe set up something down the line, as Raquel Rodriguez was looking for maybe a power bomb, and Julia saw that coming and will now look to go to work here. Uh-oh. Oh, Julia. DDT spikes Raquel. Is this the moment Julia needs? Oh, and a strong 1 count. Gonna have to go back to the well. Gonna have to hit some more power maneuvers to put down Raquel. As now a hard Irish whip off the ropes. Showing some agility here. Now Julia with a brutal forearm strike. It's like getting hit in the face with a kendo stick. Sharp and painful right to the face. Now here comes Julia looking to inflict some more pain. And now, oh, a spinning Mission EQ driver. Drops her on her head and back area. And oh no, Raquel. Oh, she gets hit with that devastating knee. Is this it? 2. No, 2.5. Julia's going to have to do a lot more. Raquel just eating damage at this point in the matchup right now. Julia's got to figure out something quickly. And now, wait a minute. Raquel, what a power maneuver. Throwing her over her head. And Julia now is busted wide open. Right above the right eye. A big cut. And I don't know how much more you can really withstand after taking a maneuver like that. That can give you a concussion, knock you loopy for a good while. There's a nice sidewalk slam there from Raquel. Raquel hasn't really hit her powerbomb that she's really looking to connect with so far in this matchup. That's really what helped her in her last matchup against Charlotte Flair. She's got to be able to hit it tonight to give herself a chance to go to the finals of next week's Friday Night Smackdown. Big haymakers from Raquel with those backhanded compliments that they're giving each other here. And Julia with those devastating strikes, and Raquel answers back. Who wants it more in this dire situation for both women? And now both of them just laying down haymakers. Back and forth we go. And now Julia getting the upper hand, looking to turn her inside out, but Raquel gives her a good favor there. And now Raquel, oh, we saw this earlier on tonight, turns her inside out into the powerbomb slam pinfall. 2. No, Julia kicks out at the very last second. And now Raquel trying to decide what she has to do. I think it's time for that powerbomb. Is that what she's going to set up here? Raquel Rodriguez looking for the powerbomb, but Julia looking for the cradle. Can she steal one? Now Raquel trying to steal one. 1, 2. Oh, that was close. 1. And now Raquel's turn. 1. Now Julia back at it. Who is going to be able to steal it? Back and forth we go. What a great women's matchup. Julia. Oh, nice suplex there. Really digging down deep there. Uh-oh, looking for another knee strike. The second one in this matchup. That very well could be enough. No, 2.9. Raquel timed it perfectly, and at the very last second survives it. And now Julia gonna look to end it here. We're gonna try to power her up, hitting her for the spinning power slam. Down goes Raquel. Pinfall. 1, 2. No, Raquel kicks out. Julia thought she had her. I thought she had her, but again, Raquel staying in the match. How much more can both of these women withstand? And especially in the later stages of this match. As now Julia has her up. Down she goes. Brain buster. Raquel is busted open after a brutal brain buster. And that is not it. Are you kidding me? How in the hell did Raquel Rodriguez kick out of that? This is just straight fight that you are currently seeing from Raquel Rodriguez. She has eaten nothing but powerful maneuvers the last couple minutes of this match. And certainly any other competitor, they'd probably be down and out. But Raquel Rodriguez, you got to give her her flowers right now. She is eating a lot of damage and being able to stay in this matchup against Julia, as Julia misses wildly on that elbow. And we'll see if Raquel can capitalize, looking for some snake eyes on the apron. And man, that you don't get to see all of that cut because of that bandana on the forehead there of Raquel Rodriguez, but both women showing you the scars, the blood, sweat, and the tears that go into this matchup. Julia's a badass, so is Raquel Rodriguez, and Raquel looking for that power bomb out to the outside. That might be the killer blow, that cherry on top of the sundae that puts Julia away in this matchup. Question is, will Julia be able to withstand whatever's going on? Kiana James, pissed off, yelling at the referee as a big elbow there from Raquel, going for the pinfall. Referee still dealing with Kiana briefly, now into the pinfall. 2. No, strong kick out, 2.5. And the frustration is just brewing with Raquel right now. She doesn't know what to do to put away Julia here. Oh, and a big boot. It hit just a tiny bit, but she didn't get all of it. Now I'm going to go for the pinfall after that snapmare takedown. And Julia again having to power out here. And now Julia, nice jawbreaker reversal. And now Julia, is she thinking about the brain buster again? Yes, she does. Raquel was looking for the power bomb. Julia drops her on the head, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was another kick out. But no, there was. I actually was surprised, I guess, because I thought that was going to be enough. Man, these women showing you what kind of athletes they are. They are absolute fighters towards the very end, man. It's putting on a clinic for professional wrestling with a nice pump-up headbutt from Julia. And now Liv Morgan getting involved here. Julia having to deal with it now. This would be the perfect time for Raquel to figure out something. And Julia, Liv Morgan going back and forth here. And now from behind, here comes Raquel Rodriguez. Hard Irish whip into the corner. These women are battered. They are bruised. They don't know what to do in these stages of the matchup. It just really feels like they're just fighting off instinct right now. It's just pure instinct at this moment. Instinct, and obviously just having the will to win in these key situations. Julia taking her time here, but those precious seconds, she very well could have cost herself this matchup. I thought she was going to maybe try to go for the pinfall, but deciding not to, and she'll connect with a neck breaker. Didn't maybe get all of it, but it sure seems like it was enough to keep Raquel Rodriguez down. And now we'll see what Julia wants to set up here in the corner. Uh-oh. Top rope. This could be very bad, and luckily for Raquel, she was able to block it. And now Raquel Rodriguez will look for some snake eyes right on that top rope. Don't take any breathing that Julia could possibly have in the later stages of this match away. And now, big boot right to the temple of Julia. And now Raquel from the second rope. Big time frog splash. All that weight to the middle of that midsection. And Julia having to power out. Who is going to be able to really dig down here? Hard, compelling matchup. It's a damn shame that any of these women have to lose this matchup at this point in time. Putting on a clinic. As now Julia with a jawbreaker as these women continue to go at it. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the men's side of things, as it will be Joe Hendry taking on Aleister Black. Really looking forward to seeing how that matchup is really going to turn out. Winner will take on John Cena next week in the finals of Friday Night Smackdown. Is Raquel Rodriguez. Oh, nice reversal there. And now, oh, awkward landing for Julia. And uh-oh, Kiana James trying to do everything in her power to distract Raquel Rodriguez. face to face with Kiana. Julia up to her feet, pardon me, but Raquel able to block it. Oh goodness, what a knee strike. And also later on tonight, Liv Morgan, she looks to advance it to the finals. She will be taking on AJ Lee, who she's very familiar with. And now Raquel Rodriguez, here we go, big power bomb there to Julia for another time in this match. And Raquel Rodriguez somehow, some way advances tonight. What a matchup. Look at the blood, sweat, and tears she had to go through tonight. She's going to the finals. Will Liv Morgan be joining her later on tonight? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is something we are going to have to wait towards the end of the night. But big win, nonetheless, for Raquel Rodriguez. And now, we are going to be shifting gears to our next matchup here live on Friday Night SmackDown. We move to the men's division as Joe Hendry takes on Aleister Black. Last week here on Friday Night SmackDown, this man right here, Joe Hendry, defeated Javon Evans quite, I would say, a little bit faster than expected. Joe Hendry brought the fight to Javon Evans, and it was just a better night for Joe Hendry. And to see how Hendry deals with a man that is a heavy striker like Aleister Black. Aleister Black can hit one black mass and it could be your knockout blow, but if, let's say, you continue to get in a striking match with Aleister Black, your chances of walking out victorious are slim to none, because you just cannot deal with a man like that. I'm not saying Hendry doesn't have a chance, but it's going to be very tough to do that tonight. But the crowd is going to use all of their energy, give them all of their faith and power to try to see if he can walk out tonight against Aleister Black. But not only Aleister Black with his striking ability, but also Aleister Black has his wife Selena Vega with him now on this brand and accompanying him down to the ring. So we'll see if the numbers game comes to a head at all in this matchup. And like we mentioned before, the winner of this matchup goes on to face John Cena next week in the finals of the Men's King of the Ring. And that time, it will lead us to Night of Champions, where we'll find out who represents Monday Night Raw and who represents Friday Night SmackDown. It will either be Ethan Page or Gunther representing Monday Night Raw. For Friday Night SmackDown, it will either be John Cena or the winner of this matchup, Joe Hendry and Aleister Black. And we are guaranteed to have a new King of the Ring this year, same with the Queen of the Ring as well. Something has to give. Last time we had the men's side of things, it was Solo Sikoa. For the women's side, it was Jade Cargill knocking off Bianca Belair. So now we really got to see how this is going to pan out for the men's and women's side. A lot of great talent. And it certainly will change the career for these men and women. Certainly John Cena's got his own rivalry going on, having to deal with The Rock, the final boss. Obviously Joe Hendry, an up-and-coming superstar here, coming from NXT to Friday Night SmackDown. Aleister Black has been in WWE on and off for a little bit, one of the most talented superstars around. And certainly, obviously, you know, on the men's side, Ethan Page, Gunther. Gunther has been a proven commodity in the main event division. And then Ethan Page, very dominant in NXT as the NXT champion. He very well could win the King of the Ring. If he's able to knock off Gunther, you might want to favor him, honestly. No offense to the rest of the King of the Ring, but knocking off Gunther is going to be a little harder. And we saw it on Monday Night Raw recently. Ilya Dragunov hit a devastating forearm that busted up Gunther, and that flipped a switch in Gunther to where Gunther defeated Ilya Dragunov. But let's go ahead and see who will be facing off with John Cena next week here. Referee rings the bell, and jumping knee strike from Aleister Black into a springboard moonsault. Hendry's going to put up a fight in this matchup, but he's got to be able to pick off Aleister Black at big moments. And just like that early on, after taking those big strikes early on. As now Hendry looking to go to work here. Look at this. There you go, Hendry. Basic power slam takes it to Aleister Black. And could you imagine the Joe Hendry's kind of stock that he would have if he's able to survive Aleister Black tonight and go on to face off a man that changed the business in John Cena, the greatest of all time. As Hendry looking and just staring down Aleister Black briefly, as Black with a big punch right there to the sternum area, and now back elbow into the strikes, and oh goodness. And that's what makes Aleister Black so damn dangerous, man. He can pull out something out of nothing, man. You give him a recipe for something, you might not be able to think you can cook it, and then all of a sudden, a second later, he's got it all cooked up for you. As Aleister Black, springboard, jumping knee strike, as Zelina Vega takes off that top turnbuckle there in the corner. And now Hendry gonna go to the corner. Probably not the best idea to take yourself to the exposed turnbuckle corner, but hey, you know, gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. And now Aleister Black, big elbows to the side of the skull there of Hendry, and Hendry probably doesn't even know where the heck he is at this point in the match. Aleister Black will always be a tough test, man. One of the hardest strikers in the world today. And now Aleister Black going for that jumping knee. Hendry saw it coming, and now Joe Hendry. Fall away slam, and here comes Joe Hendry. But look at this, Zelina Vega getting involved, and Hendry's like, what are we doing here? Just worry about your husband, not me. Telling her to back off, is now from behind. Aleister Black looking to defend his wife with these devastating strikes. Oh, right to the sternum and then a Meteora. Man. Especially having Zelina Vega here at ringside, ladies and gentlemen. This could do wonders for Aleister Black. As right there in the chair, but luckily Hendry got the knees up, and we'll see if he can capitalize. As now they go strike for strike. Aleister Black now with a cradle, looking to roll him up. Pinfall. No, just a 1 count. Hendry not doing too bad. He's taking some strong strikes early, but he's weathering the storm a little bit. There's a big block there of that knee strike. And we still have one more matchup, a part of the Queen of the Ring, and that's going to determine a lot of things, as AJ Lee and Liv Morgan will be going at it in a matter of moments whenever this matchup goes down. As down goes Aleister Black. That is what defeated Javon Evans recently on Smackdown. But Aleister Black, a whole different animal in this ring, and Aleister Black at least rolling off to the apron to try to recuperate, but he doesn't get much time as he gets hit with a clothesline. Like we said, Hendry, he's doing quite well. This is what he needs to do against main event type talent that we have here on Friday Night SmackDown. Aleister Black with a quote-unquote coup de grace, the double stomp right there to the ribs of Joe Hendry. And certainly, you take too much damage like that, Joe Hendry, it's going to be a short night for you. He's putting up a hell of a fight, but you know, how much more does he have left in the tank to try to survive? Because those strikes are going to add up from Aleister Black, as now Black signaling the end is near as he connects with a flying Meteora into the pinfall to look to put him away. Hendry at 2.5. And now Aleister Black flips him over, and Joe Hendry realizes he was in trouble. He got himself out of it briefly, and then Aleister Black hit him with that running Meteora. And now, Aleister Black with a big boot to the outside now. Aleister Black, you can start feeling that momentum shifting in the favor. As now, Aleister Black telling him to get up to his feet. This could be very bad. With Aleister Black trying to decide he wants to do, and he hits him with that pump up knee strike. You might have to throw in the white flag as Aleister Black. Look at that moonsault, man. Very, very effective. Aleister Black showing everyone and everybody on this roster what he is capable of doing. And right now, Hendry could be moments away from losing this matchup right now. Aleister Black taking Joe Hendry to school right now. Hendry just trying to figure out what he... Just not only recuperating, but just trying to figure out what he's going to have to do. As Aleister Black telling him to get up to his feet once again. Aleister Black, flying Meteora, turns him inside out. Oh, but a big boot from Hendry. Stunning Aleister Black. But Black tosses him to the other side of the arena. But ladies and gentlemen, we still have a big main event in store. A no-holds-barred main event. Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns. They've been continuing to fight, especially last week in that open challenge we were supposed to see from Damian Priest. Or I should say a couple weeks ago, didn't see that. And then Drew McIntyre faced off with Damian Priest last week in a non-title matchup. And Drew McIntyre would defeat Damian Priest. And now this week, Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns will get their hands back on each other. As both of these men, they've worked very hard in this matchup. McIntyre and Aleister Black. If their stamina it's low, it seems like, especially after Hendry hit that big maneuver. Hendry, he might be able to steal one here. If Hendry hits this is going to be very interesting. If he might be able to win that King of the Ring. It's very well possible. It's a big kick to the midsection, but this is not what Hendry wants to do. This is the quite opposite of what he needs to do. You do not get in a striking battle with Aleister Black. You just don't. Especially if you want to live to fight another day and go on to face off with John Cena next week here on Smackdown. You just don't. Nice roll through right there of Aleister Black. And now Black. What is he setting up for? Running knee right to the temple. That may be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Aleister Black might be able to get himself that King of the Ring finals matchup. But Joe Hendry, he's fighting, man. Very scrappy young man. I guess you may not say young man, but at least young in the terms of being a WWE superstar. Strong kick out at one. Both men sustaining a lot of injuries in this matchup, but it's just being able to calm the storm down at key moments in this matchup. That's a nice pump-up maneuver there, tossing him up in the air. I'm not too sure what exactly he was trying to maybe set up, or maybe he was just trying to do that as a nice, you could say that almost like a rock bottom there from Joe Hendry. As now Hendry again with the momentum here, doing quite well for himself. Now another pump-up maneuver. He catches Aleister Black. Joe Hendry with an attitude adjustment. Is that a message from Joe Hendry to John Cena? No way he wins like this though, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, so close to a 3 count. You can taste it. But Aleister Black stays in this matchup. If Hendry would have won with an attitude adjustment like that, man, that would have been very, very intriguing to see how that would have panned out for him next week against John Cena. But right now, Hendry's still having to deal with Aleister Black. And who's going to walk out, man? This is very unexpected. You just don't know who you're going to see walk out with this victory tonight. And now Hendry looking for a powerbomb, I think. Yes, he does a release powerbomb. Man, Hendry, he's surprising me right now, to be honest with you, especially against the likes of Aleister Black. He has figured out Aleister Black at the moment, and Black is just nowhere to be seen right now. And now Joe Hendry again looking for the third time in this matchup with a nice fall away slam. And Selena Vega getting involved, but Joe Hendry returning right back to him. And looking for that choke slam. Nope, he's going to pull him up. And down goes Black into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. No! Aleister Black at the very last second. Again. For Joe Hendry, what do you got to do? What can you do to keep this man down? He's going to go to the well one more time. Certainly this has to be it. Going to the well one more time. 2, 3. Joe Hendry with a massive, absolute massive win here on Friday Night SmackDown. Joe Hendry, John Cena, the SmackDown King of the Ring Finals. Who will represent SmackDown at Night of Champions? We will find out live next week on Friday Night SmackDown. Wow, not expecting that whatsoever. What a match. These guys tore down the house tonight live. But we are not done. We will figure out this matchup. AJ Lee and Liv Morgan. The winner of this matchup will go on to face off with Raquel Rodriguez. Could we be getting an all Judgment Day Queen of the Ring representative match live there on Friday Night SmackDown next week? Or will AJ be throwing a wrench into those plans? Anything is possible. AJ Lee survived Roxanne Perez, who made her SmackDown debut at the time. Now, AJ Lee, she's going to have to go through a woman that she has currently struggled up against, and that being Liv Morgan. Will the strategy be different this time around for AJ Lee when facing off with Liv Morgan? And obviously last week, Liv Morgan just using the Three Amigos a bunch to knock out her opponent. And now I certainly don't know if she's going to pull out that many of those Three Amigos, but you just never know with Liv Morgan. And certainly we'll see how everything's going to fare. I mean, could you imagine Liv Morgan with not only the Intercontinental Championship, but going on to SummerSlam and challenging for the Women's Championship and embarking on a rivalry that may not be quote-unquote done, and that being with Rhea Ripley. Obviously, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking over the Judgment Day with Finn Balor and company, replacing Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. And obviously Liv in the process taking Dominic Mysterio as well. Time's going to tell. Obviously, Dominic Mysterio, he did everything in his power tonight to knock off John Cena, but John Cena was just better tonight. It was big match John Cena. So we'll see how this is about to fare, though. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Back and forth. I guarantee this is going to be very competitive. And I think AJ Lee, out of the two matches that we've seen between them, I think she will definitely put on a better matchup, I would say. Is now Liv Morgan off the ropes into a nice enziguri to the back of the head. And certainly Raquel Rodriguez, she's not out here, but she's still suffering after her matchup just recently here, maybe half an hour to however long it was ago here on Friday Night SmackDown, still recuperating. Probably had to see the trainer after one hell of a match with Julia. But now, Liv Morgan, AJ Lee, winner does face off with Raquel next week. And then obviously we'll see how everything pans out eventually. That's big elbow there, big elbow to the left knee. But as far as I'm aware, the winner of the Queen of the Ring, that will be going on to SummerSlam. But, stuff can change. Maybe it gets moved up, you just never know. But as far as I know, especially for the men's side of things, that matchup will be happening at SummerSlam. We'll see for sure if it's fully committed for SummerSlam. As Liv Morgan going back and forth with AJ Lee. And for obviously AJ Lee, she's got to win this sequence if she wants to give herself a chance of walking out victorious and to try to represent SmackDown next week and trying to knock off Raquel Rodriguez. AJ Lee has knocked off Raquel Rodriguez one time already, so it could happen twice if she's able to knock off Liv Morgan, a woman who she has not beaten just yet. 0-2 currently. As now look at these massive strikes. Back and forth we go here live tonight. Now Liv looking for the suplexes, and here we go. This is going to be the start of the Three Amigos from Liv Morgan. And hopefully for her sake and the viewers' sake, we don't see 10,000 of those in this matchup, but I guess you never know what Liv may have in store for us tonight. As now Liv going to the high-risk district, looking to fly. Frog splash, but she misses. The big knees of AJ Lee pulling up on her. And now AJ Lee having a moment to maybe capitalize, and she does. Into the pinfall. Can AJ Lee steal it early on here? No, just a 1 count. And certainly AJ Lee dominated her era. This is a whole different era that she's going to have to deal with. This nice tornado DDT. Spikes her on her head there. And obviously with this new era for AJ Lee, there's a lot to really still take in. And we'll see if she can still do that as Liv Morgan able to move right out the way. Saw that and had it well scouted. And now Liv gonna go for another suplex. And look again. It is time for Suplex City. And AKA the Three Amigos. Shades of obviously Dominic Mysterio with those, Daddy Dom, or what we call him, Dirty Dom. But certainly Liv Morgan doing everything in her power to make sure, because she doesn't give a damn about what we think. If she has to continue doing that over and over again, she will gladly do it to rub it in everybody's face. As now, going to the second rope, it is time to fly. Oh, what a code breaker maneuver there. Takes down AJ Lee. AJ Lee is in trouble here as she tosses her into the corner. And it seemed like Liv was going to hit a running maneuver. Decided up against it. Jumps off the second rope and hits you could call it a bulldog off that second rope. And right now AJ Lee does not know where she's at. She's in trouble. And Liv Morgan with oblivion to AJ Lee. Simple, effective, and Liv Morgan is going to next week. No, she is not. Just a 2.5. How much more do you need in this opportune time? Is Liv Morgan again going for the Three Amigos? And the crowd is absolutely getting to Liv Morgan, and just in the terms of just booing the crap out of her, because it feels like she's going to the well one too many times. It's working for Liv. I mean, if you keep going to the well and it's working, I guess do what you gotta do. As now Liv Morgan, frog splash. This time around it works. Her own version of the Dirty Dom maneuver, that frog splash that he hit earlier on tonight on John Cena. And now Liv bouncing off the ropes, twirling a little bit into the drop kick, man. But now AJ Lee trying to stir up to her feet, trying to go a little crazy. As now AJ Lee, here she comes. She needs to wake up and do something now. This has been all Liv Morgan. A sliced bread number 2. Can she steal it? 1. Oh, not even a 2 count. That sliced bread number 2 almost had it. She's got to bring the fight still to Liv Morgan. Now kicking into the Shining Wizard. The Shining Wizard. And now, Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez getting involved. I guess I cannot be surprised. The distraction of Raquel Rodriguez here. AJ Lee waiting for Raquel to make her entrance down. But here comes Liv Morgan from behind. Gonna look to make her pay. And of course, she's gonna go to the well one more time, as you can tell. It is Three Amigos City, and she is gonna ruin that maneuver for everyone here tonight. Three Amigos. And AJ Lee, that Shining Wizard, she thought she had all the momentum, and then the distraction of Raquel Rodriguez to come out, at least her music to play. And now it seems like we could be moments away from getting an all Judgment Day matchup next week on Friday Night Smackdown. And luckily for AJ Lee, able to kick out. As here comes Liv Morgan with a nice drop kick to the shoulder area of AJ Lee. And Liv Morgan, she's just rubbing it in. Everyone here tonight that's in attendance and everyone watching at home right now. And now Liv looking for another oblivion. Luckily AJ Lee had that scouted. She took the exact same move earlier on tonight, pardon me. And now Liv again. Man, just watching her do that as a commentator, it irritates me as a color commentator. I don't know why, but everything's effective for her. Just spamming it works out for her. has nothing else in her repertoire to just steal other people's maneuvers as Liv Morgan with a running enziguri, taking it to AJ Lee, meeting her here at ringside. But certainly for Liv Morgan, if it's going to work for her, certainly, I mean, you hate to see it, but, you know, we'll see if she lives and dies by that maneuver. She tosses AJ Lee into the barricade. AJ Lee and her are going to meet a meeting of the minds, and Liv Morgan again. But, oh, she gets thrown in the barricade this time around. And oh, nice DDT spiking her on the back of her neck. And now AJ Lee's got to do something here. Pivotal moment in this matchup. AJ Lee's all fired up here. Misses that grapple position. And now time for maneuvers we've seen 10,000 times, as she not only did it in the ring, she does it outside of the ring. Simple, effective, useless, it is not. As a code breaker there from Liv Morgan. And AJ Lee, again, she could be in danger of falling 0-3, pardon me, to Liv Morgan. And we may be moments away, like I said just a little bit ago, to seeing an all Judgment Day women's Queen of the Ring matchup. And no, AJ Lee kicks out at the very last second. Not sure how she kicked out. This has been all Liv Morgan. AJ Lee has barely been able to do anything as a Oblivion once again. And certainly we'll see if AJ Lee can fight out of it. 2, 3. Liv Morgan. The ever dangerous, wily Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan dominating AJ Lee 3-0 against her. And Liv Morgan will meet Raquel Rodriguez next week in an all Judgment Day Smackdown representative matchup. Who will be going on to the Queen of the Ring and walking out victorious? And now we get to your main event. It is this man, Drew McIntyre, who certainly showed that he's got some more aggression to unleash on Roman Reigns. He used it last week to knock off use it against Damian Priest to knock him off in a non-title matchup. And now, this week, he gets his hands on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns defeated him at Saturday night's main event. And now we'll see if Roman can once again defeat Drew McIntyre this time around. At least we know for these two guys, they won't spam the good old-fashioned Three Amigos. I say that now. But in all seriousness, obviously this is about being the top guy in this business. And obviously both men want to get that WWE Championship around their waist. Both men are former champions. Roman Reigns, former WWE Champion. Drew McIntyre, former WWE Champion in his own right. Former World Heavyweight Champion as well. So now, for Drew McIntyre, obviously, if he's able to slow down Roman Reigns, he very well could be next in line. But Roman Reigns has already have a win over Drew McIntyre, so he could say, hey, you know what, I should be next in line. But, you know, Drew has defeated Damian Priest, the current WWE Champion. We don't have a WWE Championship match officially announced just yet for Night of Champions. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, there's compelling arguments for both gentlemen, but that is something that Nick Aldis is going to have to figure out. And certainly, I don't know if you guys have a certain preference on what Nick Aldis should pick. It's going to be a tough test no matter what, though. But Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns, a no-holds-barred matchup. Anything goes as long as the result happens in the middle of this ring. And now here comes the OTC, Roman Reigns. These guys beat the absolute snot out of each other a couple weeks ago here on Friday Night SmackDown. We didn't see Roman Reigns last week when Drew McIntyre defeated Damian Priest. Now we're going to see these two go at it one more time but this time around in an actual matchup. Two of the very best go at it live tonight. And I expect it to be back and forth city between these two. I expect a lot of blood. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath in this match tonight. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it just will be just physical the whole time. But I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, this match could be a match of the year candidate, depending on what happens tonight. I don't see it being one-sided. I guarantee both sides will have this match won at multiple times, and it just being able to sustain damage while taking damage as well. As here comes the OTC, pardon me, down to the ring. Certainly, it's a tough decision for Nick Aldis to have these top guys wanting to be their guy. Every guy in the business, men, women, whatever it is, they want to be the top person for their division, for the men's division, the women's division, the tag team division, whatever it may be. They want to be the very best. And obviously when you have two experienced wrestlers that have reached the mountaintop before and those egos collide, there's going to be obviously some pushback. And we're going to see it here tonight live on Smackdown. And everyone's about to acknowledge your tribal chief. Put the ones to the sky. The OTC has been acknowledged live here on Friday Night Smackdown. The only one that has not acknowledged Roman Reigns certainly has to be Drew McIntyre, who wants to decimate Roman Reigns to get himself a championship opportunity. And certainly the winner of this matchup very well could kind of show us where it is going to take us to. And certainly with SummerSlam coming, certainly obviously Night of Champions before that, there's a lot of stuff going on that we got to figure out what's going to be happening. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. To the top talent here on Smackdown. Something's got to give. The big old back suplex from McIntyre early on here. And McIntyre, man, just tossing Roman Reigns around just like a cruiserweight. And obviously Roman's a grown-ass man. And for McIntyre to be able to do that, that does say something about it. So just stomping away right there on the hand. Obviously, McIntyre can't fight if he has a broken hand. I mean, he could fight. I'm guaranteed that's probably his strong hand that Roman was going after, as Roman looking to maybe put this matchup away here. Trying to work out everything, work the ankles out real quick as McIntyre able to get himself out of the corner and hit a big back body drop. And if you're Damian Priest, you got to be watching this matchup, just trying to see what exactly, because for Damian Priest, he's going to be facing one of these guys at least sometime down the road here. Obviously, it won't be at SummerSlam for the men's match, because for the men's match, for sure, the winner of that matchup will face off with their brand's champion. So, I mean, obviously, unless SmackDown wins it, I mean, they very well could happen at SmackDown as well. So I could be wrong in that as well. We just won't know until Night of Champions, when everything goes down for the men's side at King of the Ring. As here we go, Cena powerbomb there from Drew McIntyre. Like we said, this is your main event, ladies and gentlemen. Two of the top talent in all of WWE going at it. And we have Drew McIntyre. Oh, good old trusty table here. Someone may be going through a table tonight. There's Roman with a big strike. And now that's pissed off McIntyre. Here we go. Strike for strike. Blow for blow. Who wants it the most here? Look at McIntyre. He's like, do it again. Come on. Now both men want to strike. Here we go. Good old-fashioned striking game between Roman and Drew. And now Roman, man. Knees to the midsection That ain't going to be feeling good. Pinfall opportunity. And there's been times when we've had scheduled no holds barred matches, there's been times where no weapons have been used. So it just really depends on the competitor if they really feel like they need to have a weapon. And now, so far, they don't need it, as Roman Reigns looking for a spear, and he spears him on top of the table. Oh my goodness. Drew McIntyre might be split in half, literally. 2.5. Especially on the legs, to be speared on top of that, man, that is not going to be feeling too well, I can tell you that. As McIntyre on the apron there, Roman Reigns trying to decide what he wants to do. Both men running at each other here, at least trying to. And the hockey stick getting involved as a Glasgow kiss from McIntyre just took out Roman. And now Roman Reigns tossed into the ring. McIntyre will not allow Roman Reigns to use any weapons in this matchup, at least at the moment. And a 2.5 there, big kick out from Roman Reigns. There's now Irish whipping off the ropes. McIntyre looking for a Claymore. Roman Reigns saw that coming, had it well scouted, and he picked up a big reversal. Keeps him in this matchup a little bit longer. And now Reigns clotheslines in the corner, big thuds in the corner, then a nice clothesline keeps Drew McIntyre stiff. And now Roman from the second rope looking to fly here. Big time frog splash, looking to pick up a big win over Drew McIntyre. No, but just a 1 count there as we continue. Roman Reigns looking to grab a weapon possibly. Let's see with the OTC. No, good old-fashioned shovel here. Looking to maybe bury Drew McIntyre. Oh, goodness. Big thud to the back of the neck of McIntyre. You are McIntyre. You cannot sustain that over and over again. And McIntyre with a nice neck breaker right there on the shovel handle part of the actual shovel. And now McIntyre wants to get extreme. And oh, we got ourselves a baseball bat. I wonder what other goodies we may have underneath there. As Roman is able to intercept him and hits him with a Superman punch. He hit that flush right there to the face. And now Roman looking for another spear in this match. Roman Reigns spear, but no, they were so close that McIntyre was able to block it and connect with that knee strike. And now McIntyre looking to fly, the Scottish Warrior. Here we go. Oh, nice flying clothesline right on top of the table. Into the pinfall. Is this enough? No, obviously not. Gotta do some more damage, Drew. And certainly that's what the table's for. The baseball bat, whatever else you can find here. Oh, and certainly tossing him on top of it. Certainly may do a little bit of damage. Especially if you're able to break an eye socket or something like that. And now let's see what Drew can try to stir up here. Not able to, as both men just really fighting back and forth at this opportune time. Back and forth we go. McIntyre showing some agility here. Back and forth into the Claymore, but again Reigns with a nice reversal. Reigns has McIntyre's number, it feels like. And now off the ropes we go. Spear! Spear second time. Will McIntyre be able to kick out of that? 2. No, 2.5. Got to do a lot more than that, as now the baseball shots connecting to every part in the body of Drew McIntyre. And then a big clothesline on top of the table. Drew's got to figure out something, man. McIntyre just cannot figure out Roman Reigns as he spikes him on the table that has not been used just yet. And uh-oh. Oh, we're going to do some good old-fashioned hockey fight here. And this hockey fight, it's been pretty one-sided tonight. As Drew with a Glasgow kiss, second one in this matchup. Now into the pinfall. Can we see a big win from Drew McIntyre? No, at least not yet. 2.5. And Roman, he's got some cobwebs a little loose right now, having to deal with that maneuver. McIntyre building up some speed into a nice stinger splash. And now Drew setting up a Claymore. He's missed the first 2. Is the third time the charm? Yes, it is. Claymore right to the temple of Roman Reigns. He's busted wide open. Does it get him the victory? No, 2.5. And now looking to bury Roman Reigns with these shovel shots right to the ribs and the forearms. Oh, trying to connect that second time. Didn't really hit Roman Reigns. There's a Superman punch again. Influences this match. And now Roman looking to have his third spear in this matchup. Spear to Drew McIntyre. Oh, the force was there. McIntyre, he's been cut in half. There's no way he kicks out of this. 3. Roman Reigns has defeated Drew McIntyre 2 times. Saturday night's main event and tonight. You could not ask for a better main event here on Friday Night Smackdown. Congratulations, Roman, on a massive win once again over Drew McIntyre. I do have some good news for you and some bad news. You may consider the bad news still to be some decent news. As for the good news, you have earned yourself a WWE Championship match. The bad news is, you're not the only one that has technically earned themselves a WWE Championship matchup. Last week here on Friday Night SmackDown, in your absence, Drew McIntyre defeated Damian Priest. So I have found a way to make both superstars happy. Live at Night of Champions next week, we will have a triple threat matchup. It will be Damian Priest, the WWE Champion, defending his WWE Championship against Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, live there at Night of Champions. This rivalry all comes back together. It all started when all three of you guys started going at it on the first SmackDown of 2026 coming out of WrestleMania. So now, if you guys do remember, that matchup was a triple threat elimination match, and I figure, why not have the exact stipulation? Triple threat elimination match. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a big night ahead of us on the Go Home show for Night of Champions next week. And all I can say is, hold on to your britches, because it is only going to get more intense on the road to Night of Champions as well as Evolution.